could see a bit of green and gold on there, you know. It's absolutely a blast from the past.
The best car in the world, that's what it is.
25 years on or whatever it might be. Little Jeep still going, and still looking tidy. So tell me you've spoke money. Oh well lads, it's 17 grand, you know, think about it, eh? Right then guys, here we go. We're fast approaching our June auction. And we thought we'd just have a very quick look round. Obviously, there's still quite a bit of stuff coming in. We're only half full really, but we thought we'd have a quick look round at what's come in thus far that catches my eye really. Starting with Bentley, unloaded earlier on. We've still got to process it, we've still got to get it washed off and polished up and everything else. Super low mileage car, this one. Spoke to the vendor at length. Wasn't sure how it was going to draw you in being a white Bentley. You don't see many white ones. And as I said to him, you know, the colour I fear is going to knock it on value. And I still maintain that to be the case, although I actually quite like it. I could see a bit of green and gold on there, you know.
Little Mathewson's branded on there.
Absolutely. I could see a bit of green and gold going on it. As you all know, I love them. They're terrific value. They really, really are. Mid to late teens. If memory serves, 28,000 miles, something like that. It's very, very low miles. And yeah, for it might, if he's dead lucky, it might get to 20k. It's a lot of car in it, a lot of car. So I hope it does well for him. It deserves to do well because it's lovely, brilliant. So that caught my eye. And then, yeah, we'll get that washed off shortly. And then that there is just a blast from the past.
The best car in the world, that's what it is.
And do you know what is it messes with my bonds? Because Grandad Charlie, my granddad, your great granddad, ran one of them for years.
I like it.
You were named after him, pretty obvious, isn't it? And then to see you drive that out, it's quite a thing, really. It's quite bizarre. It's bizarre. Just look like a younger Grandad Charlie.
Well, I've got the receding hairline to match, haven't I?
You got the receding hairline.
Yeah.
And yeah. No, he ran one for years and years. Well, he ran loads of them. Everyone ran loads of these, didn't they? Because they were absolutely brilliant. Can't wear them out. You won't remember them. Not really. Nah.
To be honest, I thought it was like, I didn't think it was one of the first Micras when I first saw it.
They're brilliant, aren't they? Just pop that bonnet, Charlie. That side.
I know where it is.
Look at that, it's brilliant. And as I say, when I just saw you just drive it out of there, just takes me right back, being a youngster. Yeah. So not the best condition in the world. How many miles? I can't have done many.
54, I think.
There you go.
Yeah, 54.
Not the best condition in the world, but it's a lovely little car, isn't she? Brilliant. And not massive money. What's it going to do? A couple of grand? 3 grand maybe? It won't get to 3 grand, will it?
I wouldn't think that.
Couple of grand. And you could sell that car, anybody, your next door neighbour. You won't have a fallout. Brilliant. I could see you in it, Charlie.
To be fair, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, you're tempted.
What engine are they?
Little.
Like 1.2.
Either 1 litre or a little 1.3.
Too quick for you, that, Charlie.
Yeah.
Well, too quick, but insurance will be cheap.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would indeed. Yeah. I could see you in it. Get rid of that old Fiesta thing you've got.
I don't like that anyway. It's awful.
Anyhow, so that's one to keep an eye on. And then we'll move inside and have a little nosy. Hi guys, sorry for interrupting. I just wanted to say thank you for watching and your continued support. If you like what you see, hit the like and subscribe buttons there. It helps us terrifically. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, but it does help us terrifically. Thanks ever so much. I'll let you get back to your video. Over and out. Plenty of MGs coming through as usual. Little Moggies, Escorts, a couple of Escorts in here, a couple of Mark 1s, another one up the road that's caught my eye. Golf GTI over there. Probably my most favourite period of motoring in my short lifespan. Mark II Golf GTI, I had a 3-door one when I was maybe 18, 19, came in part exchange in black, and I had an XR2 at the time, and I managed to persuade either Dave or Father, I can't remember, I think it's maybe Dave, that I ought to be running the Golf for a while. and sold the XR2, slipped myself in the Golf, and I think it goes with that period of your life, doesn't it, where you're young, free and single and everything else, but that was my most favourite time of motoring, I think, in a Mark II Golf GTI. About 9,000 quid, I think, that one over there. Nice car. And then little Suzuki Jeep, little modern little Suzuki Jeep, look, little Jimny. This caught my eye, and purely and simply because cut my teeth on little Suzuki Jeeps, little SJ Jeeps. We used to off-road them every week. In fact, one of the lads I used to off-road with, Ian, has just turned up in his little Suzuki Jeep. Today, it's outside. We used to be out every weekend, really. And he's still got his original, not his original, but his Suzuki Jeep of that time. Still got it. It's still on the road and still looks smart and tidy. Man, I've gone finished. But it just shows, doesn't it? So there it is. And what we done, hang on a minute, it'll come up here in a minute, I'm sure. Done no miles at 20,000 miles or so, no less, 5,000 miles, that one. It's about 15 grand, that. And look, it's like new, it smells new in there. In fact, that window wants doing up, because it actually does smell. It does actually smell new in there. So we'll keep that window up, look. And keep that new car aroma. There we go. That one's staying like that. So as near to a new little Jimny as you're going to find, and as I say, it just takes you back to when I was Charlie's age, 17, 18, well before Charlie, 15, 16, messing about up at the Langdale Quest in little Suzuki Jeeps with Ian out there, and then of course 17, and we hit the highways in these and onto mid CJ7 and stuff. So that appeals to me. I think that's brilliant. And I think there's a Daimler down here that I quite like the look of. That's a lovely car. That's a beautiful car, Rolls-Royce, lovely. Daimler was sold maybe 3 auctions ago. There's the Bangers and Cash restoration team. They bought that one. So we don't have any figures on that car. They paid just shy of 7,000, I think, for it. And then it'll have been away and it'll have been improved. And obviously now it's come back. So I'm assuming it's going to be around about the sort of £8,000–9,000 mark. But they don't actually like to price them. They like the market to price them. So we'll be asked to submit the best bid on the day. And yeah, if it's north of that 6,000, then it'll be sold. And it'll be good value this time round because they've just spent a load of money on it doing whatever they've done. So again, nice colour, different. So that stands out for me. And we perhaps ought to have a run up to Mix and have a quick look up at Mix. Yeah, let's have a look up there. Yeah. I was quite shocked that he still had it after all this time. You know, we're 25 years on or whatever it might be. Little Jeep's still going, and still looking tidy. Yeah, I've seen that little Jeep in places you would not believe. You would not believe. Yeah. No, great little Jeep, and very, very fond memories. Very fond memories. So, yeah, no, good. It's good to see it. Anyhow, right, we'll go up to Mix. The first car that catches me eye, Cortina GT, 2-door look. Now, I had an awkward conversation with the vendor of this car yesterday. When we first spoke, he described a car that was in the condition of that white one or that green one. And he was thinking of around about a £30,000 reserve. Bought it new, one owner from new. And so I'm thinking, well, I don't think it's going to do 30 grand like, but I could see it doing 2025. Fine. Fast forward, father goes, picks it up. I see it. I said, tell me that ain't that one owner car. Yeah. I says, tell me you've spoke money. Yeah. I ring Raymond, the owner, yesterday. He hadn't spoke money at all. Anyway, it's now here, 6.5 grand as a figure. So we've come right the way down to a really sensible figure in my mind. But it just shows how rose-tinted glasses and how different people view different cars, because that car is clearly not only in the same league as that car. But anyway, there you go. So a good project, 2-door show, and a one owner from new car. So that catches my eye. As I said, well, these two are going out there, sold and away. Little moggy vans, they're all as great news, aren't they? Brilliant. My old Land Rover, if you're looking for a solid old workhorse, you won't go far wrong with that old girl. I've had it for a year or so, and it's done its job now. So there it is, flew through MOT and all the rest of it. So it's about £6 grand-ish, something like that. It's not big money. So there you go, solid as a rock. A friend of mine's David Brown. Restored up, of course, starts on the button, sounds really, really sweet. It's about £4 grand, so if you're into a bit of topless running about, little bit of ploughing, so that's nice. And little Fiesta we sold years ago as a basket case. It's come back absolutely stunning look. We were awaiting paperwork on this one with value, but just look at it, it is absolutely superb. He's put his heart and soul into that car. Everywhere you look underneath is as good as on top. I suspect it's going to be guided around about mid to late teens, I would have thought, thereabouts. Beautiful, lovely. Mark 1 Escort, of course, rally prepped. You all know how we feel about them. 2 Skodas, look, low mileage Skodas. You all know I have a love affair with these. I have one, as you know. There we are. Actually, and a lot to do with this one, BD powered look. So got the right motor in it. It's around about 17, 18,000, I think, on this car. Yeah, there you go. So again, not silly money. You know, it wasn't that long ago you were having to give 25, 30 grand for that car. So, you know, that's very sensibly priced that. It's a good entry level car. It's not perfect, fiberglass arches. We're getting loads of people ringing up. Are they metal? Oh, well, lads, it's 17 grand. You know, think about it, eh? But good value car. Droop Snoop behind, look. It just goes on. I'm like a kid in a sweet shop. M3 BM. It just goes on and on and on, look. V8 Disco, look. Zephyr Estate. Zephyr Estate. Look at this now. You've got to have a look at this, look. Because I know we keep going off on all sorts of different eras and different models and different everything, but I was lucky enough to do the video on this last week. Look at that.
Yeah, we were looking around this earlier.
Oh, it just lures you in. It's just, Zephyr Estate. Just great, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. What's that going to be? It's going to be late teens, 17, 18, 19. Yeah. There you go. And it's just lovely, lovely. Spoke to a guy on the phone this morning from way down country. He's actually coming up Friday on another business, and he said, look, I'm only round the corner. Can I come and have a look? Of course you can. You'll fall in love with it. And he will fall in love with it. Stunning car. Lovely. So that's June's picks. We're all over the place, from estate cars to roadsters to four-wheel drives. There's something for everyone. Keep an eye on the website. Thanks ever so much, and we'll no doubt see some of you in a week or two. Over and out. £4,600, there you go. Thank you. You will.